Good morning, everyone. Rise and shine. Ready or not, let's do this. This is a ridiculously early morning broadcast to help you get started right on your day, whether you're ready for it or not. There's a little bit of mindset, a little bit of business sense, and it's made for the newbie, the seasoned veteran in the industry, and somewhere in between. If you are in the home business industry, you have a small business, network marketing, MLM, online or off, there is something for you here. Good morning, my name is Minna. I'm from New York City. I live out in the borough of Queens. It's great to have you here on this morning. So, happy new week. Happy Monday, folks. How are you doing today? While a lot of people are dreading this day, even though it's the start to the work week, it's important to have a very good, positive outlook because your day is what you make of it. Last week, we spoke about time being a precious resource, that whatever time you waste away, you can never recover. We also spoke about priorities and how you define your priorities defines how you spend your time. We also concluded with a priority approach that you can follow when you want to hit new major goals. Now, that was last week. We are now starting a brand new week. And let me ask you this. Do you like to exercise? Are you an exercise freak? Or does the thought of going to the gym make you break out in a cold sweat? I hear you. Exercise is not the easiest thing for a lot of people, myself included. Getting motivated to go to the gym, to do some exercise, yeah, it can be a challenge. But do you know that exercise is very important? It is important for your health. And in fact, having good health works wonders for your business. It goes hand in hand. Now I'm going to be switching my gaze back and forth so I can look at my notes and talk to you at the same time. And this week, starting today, we're going to focus on the benefits of exercise. And we're going to talk about some simple ways to sneak in fitness during your day because it can be done. And I'm going to show you some ways you could do that today. All right? So ready or not? Let's do this. We're going to talk about some of the health benefits that I read in this book by John Maxwell, which is Today Matters, which is right over here. There you go, Today Matters, which is an amazing book to be reading and improving your mindset and your personal development every single day. Here are some talking points from John Maxwell. And the first talking point about your health is your health impacts you emotionally, intellectually, and spiritually. Let me say that again. Your health impacts you emotionally, intellectually, and spiritually. Now, what he said is that while you can escape from a hazardous job and you can escape from bad climates, you can move from another state to another if you don't like the climate, and you even can stay away from somebody who's trying to harm you, you can never stay away from your body, your own body. You can't escape your own body. You're with it for your life. So it's best that you treat it right, because if you don't treat it right, and you're not feeling right, if you're not giving your body the foods that it's supposed to be using for fuel, you're not going to have a good outcome. So if you have a migraine headache, you think you could be productive? No, because you have a migraine headache. Or if you have a toothache, do you think you could be productive? No. You can't focus on what you need to do at hand because you have this toothache and it impacts you emotionally. You could be in a bad mood because you have a headache or you have a toothache, or you have a tummy ache because you ate something that you weren't supposed to be eating, or you overate something that you were not supposed to be eating and you have a tummy ache, and you cannot focus on your task at hand. So it affects you intellectually because you can't put all your energy into, say, writing a blog post. It affects you emotionally because, of course, you have a tummy ache or a headache or a toothache. that makes you upset. So you're not the happiest person right then and there. And spiritually, if you have a faith and you need to pray, and if you are in pain, it's very difficult. Even though you can manage it, but it's more difficult, it's more challenging to do that. So if you're continually hurting your body with unhealthy choices, that's going to impact you in those areas. I had a colleague, a former colleague, tell me once that she had a relative who pretty much had, I think, a can of Pepsi and some potato chips for breakfast. He didn't have the most healthiest eating choices. And as a result of that, as a result of the garbage that he was putting in his body, he was a very cranky, a very angry person. So while you may think, no, whatever I eat is okay, whatever I eat, no, it does. Whatever you eat imparts a certain energy to your body. So if you're eating like high sugary foods, that is the energy that you're putting into your body. If you're drinking sodas and sugary drinks, that's what you're putting into your body. And that will affect your outlook. It will affect your mood. I follow this YouTuber. Her name is Freely the Banana Girl. And she is a part of the Raw Till 4 vegan movement, where she eats fruits till 4 p.m. And then afterwards she'll have like carbs like pasta and potatoes and salads and greens. And it's a journey that she has been taking since about 7 years. And she documents her journey, and she shows how she was before then and now how she is. She looks beautiful. She's very fit. She's very lean. And she is out there to spread her word. And she talks about her past, and she shows pictures so people will know that she's not lying. She's not a fluke. She's the real thing. But she was talking about how she would put in like unhealthy foods, and then she would like, I think she was kind of an emotional eater, and she would binge and then she would purge, and it was just a very unhealthy cycle until she found the Raw to 4 movement, which literally saved her life. I mean, she had illnesses and sickness, and she just did not have a positive outlook back then until she found this lifestyle now, the Raw Till 4 movement. Now, I'm not saying that you have to do that, but what I am saying is that if you find her on YouTube and watch a couple of her videos, she will inspire you to eat a little bit healthier. Maybe incorporate more fruits and vegetables into your diet, or even have a smoothie. I always start my day with a smoothie. Right after I do my webinar, I have my smoothie where I put in some fruits and I put in some kale to balance out the sugars, and I have some protein powder, which is plant-based, and I drink that. I look forward to that. It's kind of like my ice cream soda for the day, but it's a healthier version. So you can replace whatever you are drinking or eating right now with some healthier versions. It's all about baby steps and consistent baby steps to help you have a better outlook physically, emotionally, spiritually, intellectually, okay? The second thing is that health often determines the quality of life and the quantity of life. Let me say that again. It's very important that you hear this. Your health defines your quality of life and your quantity of life. So if your health is not so great, let's see. Well, let me give you an example here. An example by Zig Ziglar. Zig Ziglar said, if you had $1 million racehorse, or if you had $1,000 show dog, would you allow that racehorse or that dog to smoke cigarettes, drink whiskey, and stay out all night? Of course not. Well, why not? Because that is your racehorse, and your racehorse has to be in peak condition to race and win races for you. And the same goes for that show dog. Your show dog has to be well-fed, well-groomed, well-rested, so that it can perform at its best during the dog shows and that you can win prizes. Well, if you don't allow your $1 million racehorse and your $1,000 show dog to not take care, well, you're going to take care of your racehorse and your show dog because it's necessary that they're in peak condition. Well, the same goes for your body. We have to be treating our bodies like they're $1,000,000 vessels and put in only the best fuel for it to function properly and to function at its peak. Have you heard of the $6 Million Man? That was a show back in the 70s, and now I know I'm aging myself. Yes, $6 Million Man. It was based on a character by the name of Steve Austin, who was an astronaut, and he suffered really serious injuries when his spaceship crashed. And so he underwent surgery. The government put him under in order to save his life, he underwent surgery by the government, and the government replaced some of his body parts with machine parts, and that made him more cyborg-like. And because he had some body parts replaced by machine parts, he started to do superhuman. He was like a superhuman. He operated at superhuman speeds, and he could do things like not normal humans could do. So think about it this way. Your vessel, my vessel, is worth $6 million. And while we don't have machine parts that allow us to operate at superhuman speeds, we can feed ourselves foods that make us operate superhumanly, like eating more vegetables and more fruits so that we can think clearer and are sharper. Or taking the example from Freely the Banana Girl, maybe trying out the Raw Till 4 movement lifestyle for a while and see how that affects you physically, emotionally, intellectually, and spiritually. A lot of people that I've watched on YouTube who have tried Freely's lifestyle are reporting really positive outlooks where they are more energized and they can think more clearly and they can do a lot more during the day. And there's another girl on YouTube, her name is Ann Jaffrey. And she was a beauty fashion YouTuber. She still is. But I think throughout, from last year or earlier during the year, I'm not sure, but she was recently diagnosed with she didn't say what it was, but it was going to be, I don't know if I'm going to say it's life-threatening, but her health was not really great. And the doctor says she had a serious condition that she had to deal with. And so rather than deal with it medically, she decided that she was going to deal with it holistically and naturally. And she completely changed her diet to that of a vegan lifestyle. She adopted the diet from Freely the Banana Girl. And in doing so, she changed the quality of her life and she changed the quantity of her life. When you change the quality of your life, you have a more positive outlook. And she has a more positive outlook, and you can see her glowing through her videos now. She's very, she's glowing, she's happier, she has more energy, she can do more, and she's changed everything. Even now, she's moving more into looking for more pure makeup products that are not chemically based, because she wants to adopt the whole lifestyle, a whole natural lifestyle. So there is an example there. So people who don't treat their bodies as they're worth $6 million, people who do not treat their bodies as if they are worth $1 million or $6 million, they suffer quality and quantity of life. They cut their lives short. They look older than they actually are. Like, have you ever seen people that you think they are, say, a certain age older, but they're actually a certain age younger? Well, that could be contributed to their quality of life, or maybe they're not feeding their bodies what they should be feeding their bodies. Now, we know that there are illnesses out there and that make people look different age-wise, but overall, I believe that the better you feed your body and you treat your body, the better your body will treat you and the better outlook you will have. So that's a good thing to think about. That's a good point to have in mind, is that health often determines the quality and the quantity of life. Now, the third thing to really keep in mind is it's easier to maintain your health than to regain it. Let me say that again. It is easier to maintain your health than to regain it. Now, John Maxwell put in an example of an athlete where, or I'll put in an example of what, since you already know, I've already aged myself. 20 years ago in college, I played tennis. I played on the tennis team. So I was used to running around on the court and hitting balls all over the place, literally all over the place, out of the court into the other court. But I played tennis, and that was how I kept in shape. If I tried to go out on the court right now, do you think I could play the same I used to play 20 years ago? No, I wouldn't. I'm not able to run around the court like I used to 20 years ago, especially with injuries and breaking a toe in my foot. I'm not going to have the same stance I used to when I played tennis 20 years ago. So when you leave something and you don't use it for a while, it's hard to get back into it. The same thing goes for your health. If you spent 20 years of your life living an unhealthy lifestyle, eating a lot of junk food or staying out late at night and drinking and smoking, you're not treating your body right, you can't expect to, and you decide one day you're going to fix that, it's not going to happen from one day to the next. It's going to take some time for your body to heal and get back into its healthy state. Same thing, like if I decide today that I'm going to go back out and play tennis on the tennis court, I can't expect myself to be qualified for the US Open. No. I can, if I decide I'm going to go back out and play tennis, I can get to a certain state where I can play a game or so, but not with the intensity as the star athletes that you see, the professional tennis players that you see in the US Open. It would take some time, but I have no desire for doing that. I have other focuses in my life. But the same goes for your health. If you decide after this point that you have not been treating your body right and you want to make a change, know that it's going to take some time to undo the damage you had done in all the years that you had not been treating your body right. So it's better to maintain your health than to regain it. So if you decide, if you are at a young age and you love vegetables and fruits and you love exercise, good on you. You maintain that. And of course, there's always a healthy balance. You have, I know people, I've read of people who like throughout the week, they will eat healthy and drink plenty of water. But when they're on the weekends, they will indulge a little bit. They won't go overboard. They go out with friends and they socialize. They'll have their glass of wine. They'll have a good meal. But then come Sunday, they will get back into shape and start back with their healthy eating habits to maintain them throughout the week. That's totally okay. It's totally okay to have a good balance of things, so as you're not going overboard. Now, you can never go plenty of fruits and vegetables and drinking plenty of water, because that's what your body craves and that's what your body needs. So it's always better to maintain your health than to regain it. Okay? It's better to practice preventative medicine and take care of your health than to be going to different doctors later in life because you did not take care of your health previously. Okay, so these are 3 things to think about when it comes to health. 1, your health impacts you emotionally, intellectually, and spiritually. Okay, 3 things. That's what your health impacts. 2, health often determines the quantity of life as well as the quality of life. And 3, it is better and easier to maintain your health than to regain your health. Okay. So once you take these 3 points into consideration, it's time to make a decision. Have you been living as healthy as you would have liked? Are you incorporating some form of exercise every day into your life? And if at this point, if you feel you have not been living as healthy as you should, and you want to make a change, you can do it gradually. You can incorporate little things at a time. Like I said earlier, you can replace some of the unhealthy things you've been eating with some healthier options, like water instead of soda. Or, as I said last week, you can start off your day with a glass of water. Here's my glass of water. And why is it cloudy? It's because I squirted in some lemon and I drink that, and that is good for starting your day off right. Even if you love coffee, and who doesn't love coffee? I love coffee. My husband and I would drink so much coffee, but we had to stop for health reasons. And now we keep it in balance. We don't drink coffee every single day. Maybe once every other day. Well, that's for me. I don't know about my husband, but no, but I think he's also very careful about coffee. But it's good to start off your day with a glass of water. And give me a moment to drink some water. That was good. So replacing some unhealthier habits with some healthier habits. Drinking some smoothies with some green vegetables, with some greens like kale or spinach, or having, even if you have your lunch, have a side of salad with your lunch. If you're used to having sandwiches with proteins, put in some greens into your sandwiches. Have some fruits before your sandwich, or at least 30 minutes before. And I'm not a licensed professional. I'm just telling you what has worked for me, what I've learned from my doctors in my journey to better health. And so I know that fruits are quicker to digest than a heavy sandwich, so it's better to eat that before you have something heavy. Or if you're having proteins, it's good to combine them with greens, like a salad, instead of carbs. Just these little tips I'm just throwing at you. Or if you want French fries and you're craving French fries, have it with a side of salad. Things like that. Okay? Now, it's all up to you to take that decision to go on to move towards better health. And guaranteed, when you do that, it's going to affect your business, your small business, in a better way, because you will have more energy and you will have more focus to focus on your business, and you'll get these great ideas. And also, when you incorporate exercise, exercise gets your body moving and gets blood rushing to your head, and you're breathing, and you're getting oxygen into your brain, into your body, and that's just a good thing. So here is an affirmation from John C Maxwell about health and exercise. And you can adopt this too. It's, I will take good care of myself by exercising and eating right. Let me say that again. I will take good care of myself by exercising and eating right. So you understand the importance of getting healthy, but you're not ready to hit the gym running yet? Fear not. We can do little things each day to put in some fitness. And here is an article that I read in entrepreneur.com that talks about sneaking in 5 ways you can sneak in fitness into your day. And the first thing is to change your commute. If you can, consider riding your bike to work. There are a lot of people that ride into Manhattan, they cross the 59th Street Bridge, and they ride into work. And think about all the good they're doing for their body. They're pumping their blood throughout their system. They're breathing in oxygen and getting oxygen to their brain. So they arrive at their work feeling energized. So if you can do that, ride your bike to work. But if you cannot, and you take public transportation, consider getting off a stop or two before your normal stop. Now, of course, this takes some timing. Thinking maybe you will have to get out a little bit earlier to compensate for the time it takes for you to walk to the rest of the way to your job. But do it. You're doing your body good when you walk. I knew of someone in where I used to work where he lives in New Jersey, and he would take the train into Manhattan, and he would get off at, I think, at 42nd Street, and then he would walk the 30 or so blocks to where we used to work, which was in the 70s. So that's how he kept fit and trim. He was a very fit person. So consider changing your commute up a bit to get in some exercise. If you drive to work, and if you can, park a little bit further from your work and make up the length by walking it. Or if you park in the garage, walk around your place of work several times before going in, just to get some exercise in. So combining travel with exercise is a great way to get in some fitness into your day. The number 2 thing you can do is to visit the park during your lunch hour. Now, if you don't have a park by your workplace, consider taking a walk around the neighborhood to get some exercise in. If you do have a park, more power to you. You can do some exercises on the bench. And I will leave a link to the article that I've read down below in the description so you can look at what you can do. But it's just good to get some fresh air during your lunch hour and not be confined to your desk. Because getting some fresh air, like I said, gives you some new perspective to the rest of your day and gets your body moving. Number 3, if this is possible, incorporate fitness into your meetings. Now, this also takes some careful planning and checking ahead with your colleagues to see if this is possible. Incorporating fitness into your meetings, like going for a run or going for a walk while you're having your meeting, can not only get some exercise in, but also can bring some fresh ideas to the table instead of just sitting around the table and staring at each other. Not that that's a bad thing, but if you can incorporate fitness into your meetings, go ahead and do so. Number 4, work out at your desk. If you're confined to your desk, in order to get have some interest or make something different happen, you can work out at your desk. There are exercises that you can do to improve your posture, exercises that you could do in your office chair to stretch out. You can also do push-ups against your desk, against the wall. You can do, what do you do that thing to work out your triceps? It's not coming to me right now. Let me look at well, you can, you could hang off your chair and do as you can see, I need to update my exercise verbiage, but you can also work out your triceps off your chair. Things like that, okay? And these exercises can be done in 5-minute increments to get some fitness in your day. And number 5, treat fitness as an appointment. Like you carefully plan out your day on what you're supposed to be doing. You block out time for thinking, for having productive conversations and productive activities. You can schedule in exercise as part of your day. And when you schedule in exercise, you have to do it. Remember what we spoke about last week? When you schedule your day, it's not enough that you schedule out and you thoughtfully plan out your day. You also have to follow through and discipline yourself to follow through on your schedule, through on your plan. And that includes exercise. Even if it's just walking around the neighborhood, or even, I don't know, putting on a YouTube video about Zumba or something, and just doing some form of fitness. Schedule that part of your day out. It's important, very important. Okay. Treat it like a meeting for your health and well-being. Now, here are some quick suggestions of exercises that you can do if you work from home. Here's a jump rope. I bought this jump rope at the 99-cent store. It was at $1. I have enough room in my home office that I can jump rope. My ceiling is not that high, but it's enough. And the cool thing is that we live on the first floor, so we don't have to worry about being noisy to the neighbors below. So you can, if you feel like you need to move your body a bit, you can do a little bit of jump rope and have a bit of a nostalgia when you jump roped as a child. We also have a balance board, and I don't have it with me right now. I'll have it with me tomorrow and show it to you. It's this round thing that has like a kind of like a ball, and you stand on it, and it helps with your balance and helps with your core, because you have to work certain muscles that you haven't been using to remain balanced on your core. And something just came to me. I juggle 3 balls, but I want to learn how to juggle pins. Imagine balancing yourself on that board and then juggling. That's a good exercise, even though it's not like a high impact exercise. It's a good exercise to work muscles to help with your balance and your posture. If you have an exercise ball, those big, colorful balls in your office, more power to you. You can use that exercise ball and sit on it as your chair. You can bounce on it to just get some movement in. You could also do some crunches on it if you so desire. It's a good thing to motivate you to exercise. Walking. Walking is a great start to get exercise in your day. It's low impact, low stress, you know, and you get out there in the air and get some air breathing. If you have a dog, I have a dog, and she forces me to walk, even though she's a slowpoke because she's older now, but at least you get some walking in. I have a certain route that I take her when I walk her, where we get to climb up a little bit of a hill and then get to a peak and go back down. And it's funny because, you know, she gets a little bit slower as we're climbing up the hill, but once we reach the peak and start going down, she moves faster because she gets that momentum because she's going downward. So it's kind of fun to do that walk with her. So let's review what we learned today. We talked about the benefits of health, and we stated 3 points to having good health. And the first one is that your health affects you emotionally, intellectually, and spiritually. And second, that health determines not only the quality of life, but the quantity of life. And thirdly, that it is easier to maintain your health than to regain it. And we spoke about 5 ways to sneak in fitness during your day. And the first is to change up your commute. The second is to visit the park or go out during your lunch hour and walk around the block, or walk around the neighborhood to get some fitness in. The third, if possible, is to schedule, incorporate fitness into your meetings. If you can do that, have a walking meeting or a running meeting, or if you can, if your workplace allows for that. Number 4 is to work out at your desk. And number 5, and most important, is to schedule your fitness as an appointment so that you follow through and you don't leave it out as part of your day. All right, let me look at the time. Okay, so that is the importance of health. And we're going to focus that will be our week where we'll focus on health. And I'm going to throw in something a little bit extra, especially if you are a small business owner, or you do an MLM or network marketing, or if you work online. You could also incorporate fitness into your social media in that you publicize it. And in that way, you get motivation from your followers. And we're going to do a little bit of that today. Do you do Instagram? Do you know what Instagram is? It's this great app where you can take pictures, add filters to them, and share them with the world. Well, Instagram is amazing for your business. And we're going to do a little bit of exercise right now, and I'm going to try to show you how responsive Instagram is. So what I have here is my jump rope. All right, and before I started this webinar, I took a picture of my jump rope, and let me show that to you right now, right here. So for Instagram, you need a smartphone. Let me show you. I can show you this. So I have here a picture of my jump rope on top of my John Maxwell book right there. So what we're going to do now is I'm going to post this post on Instagram, on my account on Instagram. Now, Instagram is really responsive. If you want to gain a following, do Instagram. And I'm going to show you right now. So I'm going to go and I'm going to lean in so that you can see what I'm doing with my phone. And I'm going to go into my Instagram. Here it goes. Here's my little Instagram folder. Sorry. My Instagram folder, right? All right. I'm going to poke on Instagram. Beep. Yay. All right. So Instagram is starting. All right, that was my last post from last night. And you can see the little orange things is the response I got from that last night. So people just post on Instagram a lot. And I'm going to press this little, this button here on the bottom that's highlighted. All right. I'm going to, and this appears. Okay. So I can take a picture of my office, but I'm going to pull from my files, and I'm going to pull the picture that I have there. So here it is. There's my picture. You can crop it, and my phone is telling me I have a low battery. So for the sake of time, I'm going to hit next. And you can see on the bottom, I can choose from filters. So I'm going to choose a quick filter, my favorite, which is Amaro. So you can see there, quick filter. I'm going to hit next. And I'm going to say here, I'm going to write down here. Let's see. I'm going to write down a combination of the 3 points we spoke today. So you're going to see me say, Happy Monday. This week on my daily webinar, Rise, we are talking about the importance of health and fitness for your business. I'm going to also say it's never too late to start. It is never too late to start getting some exercise in your day. Start small. Start with small steps forward. A jump rope. Okay, having a jump rope. Having a jump rope, having a jump rope is a fun way to start to get moving. And I'm going to ask a question, and that is in hopes of getting engagement. What do you do to get some fitness in? So then I'm going to put in some hashtags to attract audiences to me. So I'm going to put in entrepreneur. I'm going to put in love what you do. I'm going to put in exercise. Put in inspiration. I'm going to just do this. I'm going to put in bring it Be great. Be happy. And okay, I'll leave it as is. So now I have, as you can see, I don't know if you can see it well, but okay, if I do it this way, you can see that I have the picture and I have my saying and the hashtags. I'll share it on Twitter and Facebook, and I'm going to share it. And so what I'm going to do, the moment I share it, it's posted. I'm going to have my phone up here, and what I will do is I'm going to turn it off. I'm just going to hold it up like this as I talk to you. And usually when my phone will notify me, you know what, I'm going to move the camera a little bit down. The phone will notify me when people start to react to my Instagram post. So let's see. Now what I wanted to do is not going to do it. Oh, look, response. And it says, Muffin, Miss Sinani started following you. I got a new follower on Instagram. I don't know if you can focus on it. There you go. You see the Instagram? Someone started following me. I got an instant follower. Now, that's just showing you how responsive Instagram is and how you can use Instagram to grow your business. Now, this afternoon, it's Monday if you're watching noon, April Marie Tucker, she's the queen of Instagram. She will be doing a webinar on how you could use Instagram for your business. And she will actually be showing you the screen on her phone. And she will show you how exactly, oh, look. Isn't this exciting? Henrietta, I just got 2 followers. Look at that. Look how amazing that is. She's going to show you step by step how she uses her phone on Instagram, how she does Instagram, how she uses to build her business. She started using Instagram a couple of months ago. Her sister introduced her to it. And it is a highly responsive platform to grow your business online. So what I will do is I am going to leave the link below for the webinar, which is at 4 p.m. Eastern. If you're on the Eastern side of the States, you can watch this webinar. Look, just got another person for Instagram. Pretty cool stuff, folks. But if you cannot make the webinar today, this afternoon, we are having an industry-wide webinar on this Wednesday at 9 p.m. Eastern, where she will do the same exact thing. Look at that. Look at the response I'm getting just from that one post, where people are inspired by what I am posting, and they're like liking it or following me. And that's the amazing thing about Instagram. As you build a following, that is how you attract people to you. The key thing is that you need to put out value. And I know and you know that what we spoke about today is value. We spoke about health. We spoke about exercise and the importance of that, incorporating that into your business. You can create content. You can put out inspirational quotes. You can even show your lifestyle. You living a life as an entrepreneur. Now, that doesn't mean that you're flashing dollar bills and all that, but you show like a little bit of the behind the scenes of what you are doing. Like you're running a webinar, you're writing a blog post, or you're out and walking your dog and you're filming a video. Look at that. It keeps lighting up, keeps lighting up. And the more valuable content you put out there, the more people are going to follow you. And this is how you can build your authority as a leader. And when you keep on doing that and you do that consistently, really with Instagram, it is so seamless. You don't need any technical experience. You don't have to be technologically savvy. All you need is a smartphone and the ability to download an app and create a picture, take a picture, add some really good words to it, and create valuable content, and you'll get followers. Okay? So let's see if we get one more. Let's see. How many that was? How many times did my phone flash? Somebody followed me. Somebody liked my photo. Another person started following me. 2, 3. So 1, 2, 3. Just in that moment of time where I created that video, I added some words to it, I added some hashtags, I got 4 followers and 1 like. And that was in a couple of minutes. So I hope you see the value of Instagram and what Instagram can do for your business. So what I'm going to do right now, I've gone a little bit over time, but that's okay. I'm going to wish you a happy Monday. And I'm going to go on and post the information that we spoke about today in the description box below. But I also leave the link to today's webinar, 4 p.m. Eastern on Instagram, about Instagram. Register for it. It doesn't hurt. I think the information that you will gain from this webinar will do wonders for your business. So thank you for stopping by. Go out there, take a little step, buy a jump rope, get some walking, get some health in, breathe in some fresh air, and start building your path towards better health and a better business. This is Minna from New York City, out in the borough of Queens, of Rise and Shine. Ready or not, let's do this. See you tomorrow. Cheers. Bye.